Good morning, welcome to World of International Finance.
Today we are going to talk about the behavior of the countries and the influence that I present in their respective currencies.
Below, we will talk about the currency markets such as euro dollar, dollar yen, sterling dollar, and sterling yen performed in the week of February 28 to March 3 of the year.
Join us in this great tour and you will be able to learn how to invest in this currency
On February
market.
28, before the euro dollar transaction, we analyze the price of each currency. For the present day of the euro was at 3,066 pesos with 28 cents, and the dollar 2,896 pesos and 27 cents. Then it is identified that for 1 euro 1.06 dollar is received, $1 received 0.94 euros.
According to the representative news that influence the exchange market, especially in the euro dollar, we developed a long position on February 28 of this year according to the news, and we conclude that the United States economy continues to weaken and we buy euro with the expectation that this will rise against the dollar.
However, we identify the dollar has remained massive today at present, net against the euro, sterling and dollar currencies but down against the yen. We outperform strong markets ahead of Trump.
The markets are wanting detail on tax, spending and regulation plans, and of particular interest to forex market participants, and any indicators about what, if anything, the Trump administration might do about its concerns of currencies. It's them as being too low.
In this transaction, we bought 30 euros. We opened at 1.5696 and closed at 1.5701, where long was 0.5 in a minute. We was based on the next news, and we are going to explain the principal aspects of this.
Dollar weakness before Trump speech to Congress. Okay, the first important point is that the dollar weakened slightly on Tuesday as investors awaited in the United States President Donald Trump's speech to Congress for fresh indications of his economic plans, and as portfolios were rebalanced for month dollar weakness before Trump's speech to Congress. Okay, the first important point is that the dollar weakened slightly on Tuesday as investors awaited in the United States President Donald Trump's speech to Congress for fresh indications of his economic plans, and as portfolios were rebalanced for month moves were muted as investors rebalanced portfolios for the end of the month and were hesitant to take new positions before Trump's speech. And the dollar rallied to a 14 years high soon after Trump won the United States election in November, boosted by hopes he would introduce large fiscal stimulus and reflationary plans. But the greenback surged in January and the first half of this month in the absence of a specific on-tax reform. The dollar index against a basket of 6 major currencies was less down 0.15% at 100.98. It is on track to end February with a gain of around 1.5%. Safe haven currencies, including the Japanese yen, were stronger, with the yen gaining 0.59% to 112.02. Forex looks to be trading a little bit risk off today, said Sam Linton-Brown, a strategist with BNP Paribas in London, the past 28th of February.
The second news, global stock fall with USA dollar ahead of Trump's speech. And stock on major world markets dipped along with the USA dollar and USA. Treasury yields on the last day of the month, and investors USA for signals on infrastructure spending and tax. Cuts in President Donald Trump's today's night congressional address. And the USA dollar was down 0.3% against a basket of major peers and is down for a set of specific plans on Trump's promise. Indices fell silent after USA foreign quarter gross domestic product growth was unchanged. Some investors have hope for an outward revision, according to Scott Collier, chief executive officer of Advisor Asset Management based in Monument, Colorado.
We are going to talk about the final news, and is the Central Sydney no fool's quarter of Australia is economic growth. Inner districts of Sydney drove almost a quarter of Australia its expansion last fiscal year, underscoring the city's preeminent position in the nation's economy. Inner Melbourne contributed 11.4% as Australia's coast cities performed in a similar fashion to their impact on the property market. Australia's economy probably expanded 0.8% in the fourth quarter of 2016 versus the previous 3 months and 2% from a year earlier. The Reserve Bank of Australia has to manage booming economies in Sydney and Melbourne, while the rest of the country is struggling to grow in the face of a range of headwinds. Okay, according to the representative news that influence the exchange market, especially in the dollar-yen, we developed a long position on March 1st of this year. According to the news, and we conclude that the politic of the Trump with the time is strengthening the currency, whereby the economy the ASEAN is worried for by the protectionist stance of the United States. So with these transactions, we are buying dollars in order with the time appreciates against the yen. In this transaction, we invested $40, opened it at 113.941 and closed it at 113.951, where the gain was 0 point after 1 minute.
Second news is Asian factories speed up steady shadow of the protectionist threat. Okay. Asian factories stand at global manufacturing reviews as activity picked up stand in February. Throughout the outlook for many of the region's export-reliant economy remain uncertain in the wake of USA President Donald Trump's protectionist stance. And Trump now, however, remains the great unknown risk factor for Asia and the rest of the world. And finally, Trump's protectionist stance has rattled a global market with policy market and investors remaining at edge until they see more clarity and specific details on using economic policies. And finally, news is Fed trumps at dollar USA Treasury yields jump. But what is Fed? Federal Reserve System is central bank of the United States is an autonomous and private entity that controls the organizational structure in which a governmental agency participates.
Okay, the dollar jumped on a short term in the United States Treasuries yields hit the highest since 2009 on Wednesday, as investor is focused on growing chances of the United States interest rate hike this month. Investors are now pricing in around 16% and probably of a March hike, according to the Reuters data. By June, an 86% chance of at least one hike has been priced.
The dollar index, which measures the greenback against a basket of the other major currencies, climbed 0.7% to its highest levels in 7 weeks, a rise service point to stronger factory activity in China, Japan, and other parts of Asia, were largely overshadowed by Trump's speech.
The greenback strength also inflicted modest losses on emerging stocks and currencies. Third, buoyant manufacturing data across the developing world allowed equity markets from India to Hungary to buck the weaker
Okay,
trend.
the behavior of the currency sterling and dollar has been a lot of change and to continue. We are to talk about it with the next news we support the short process that we developed on March 2 of the year. In this transaction we sold $50, we opened it at 1.226 and closed. It went up 0.226 at 58 where the gain was 0.2 after 10 minutes.
Okay, we are going to talk about the first news, and it is sterling hits 6-week low as the United Kingdom data paints mixed picture. The most important topics are: first, the sterling is slipped to a 6-week low against the dollar on Thursday after the data painted a mixed picture of Britain's economic outlook, with the construction industry picking up slightly in February, but new orders are slow. Uncertainty over the prospects for Britain's economy as the East breaks away from its main trading partner has whipped off almost a fifth of sterling's value against the dollar. And the traders said developments around Britain's departure from the bloc will continue to be the main driver for the pound. The euro and sterling is not only affected by political uncertainty in the United Kingdom, but also in Europe, not least due to the French presidential elections, which may put downward pressure on euro sterlings. It merely pen against moment in Poland.
Second news is Wall Street is dollar up on March Fed rate high best, and the aspect important are Wall Street pullback from Wednesday's records with the dollar strength on positive. United said that and growing expectation the Federal Reserve will soon raise interest rates. And the dollar index, which measured the greenback against a basket of six major currencies, was up at nearly 0.5% of 7 weeks, high held by data as will outweigh high best. The number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits fell to a nearly 44-year low last week, pointing to further lightening of the labor market. The dollar has strengthened even as many analysts see limit foreign gains for the currency due to worries about the impact of higher rates and a stronger dollar on global growth. And finally, oil price fell for a third consecutive day after a recovery. In USA, crude inventories and data showing results of production cuts have stalled.
Okay, the another notice is the dollar gains as March in the United States rate hikes seem more likely. The principal aspects are: first, the dollar rose to a 7-week high against a basket of currencies on Thursday after weekend's comments by a Federal Reserve official late on Wednesday encouraged investors to expect a near-term interest rate hike. The Fed Governor L. Brainerd said an improving global economy and a solid United States recovery mean it will be a prepared zone for the Fed to raise rates. We have had this great run of data in the United States, and the expectation of a March rate move has gone up, said Stephen Englander, global head of foreign exchange strategy at Citigroup in New York.
Okay, finally process. And for the next process rally in 3 March, we can evaluate that the United Kingdom was in a difficult situation, specifically in the service sector. Therefore, it has been slowing strengthen the economy further and from the consequence of the Brexit. To the other hand, of the Japan's market is one of the strong market in Asia.
Therefore, the British economy is contracting, while that of Japan remains is strong. For this reason, we will elaborate a short position, and to continue, we will present it the next news that justify it. In this transaction, we sold $30. We opened at the 140.065 and closed it at 140.051, where the gain was 1.4 after 2 minutes. Okay, the first news is sterling hits 7-week low after weak United Kingdom data. Sterling hit a 7-week low on Friday against a dollar boosted by expectations of an imminent in the United States interest rate hike. After more United Kingdom data, this time from the dominant service sector, suggested the economy could be running off the steam. A weaker than expected services purchasing manager index on Friday chimed with notes of caution from several top companies, suggesting the British economy's resilience signs last the Chinese is Brexit vote may be starting to fade. Worries about a fresh Scottish independence referendum have also helped spur 6 days of losses for the pound against the dollar, its longest losing streak since December 2015, when markets started taking the risk of a Brexit vote more seriously. Against a broadly stronger euro, sterling fell 0.6% to 86.50 pence, having traded at 4-week low of 86.14 pence earlier.
The second news is a sterling edge lower ahead of United Kingdom service PMI data, and the principal aspects are: sterling has lost almost a fifth of its value since Britain vowed to leave the European Union last June. Why worries about a fresh Scottish independence referendum and a dollar boost by United States? Interest rate high expectation this week pushing the pound to a 6-week low on Thursday, and Friday's survey of purchasing managers in the United Kingdom service sector will be closer. Watch for signs the sector that contributes nearly 80% of the country economy output is slowed further. And Reuters poll show expectation of a dip in the market CIPS service P&A index to 54.1 after its fair fall in 4 months in January. And finally, a survey of Thordes showed Britain's construction industry picking up in February, but with the pace of new orders slowing.
Okay, and the final news is Asia's ugly duckling of the year is the Philippine peso. While other Asian currencies like the yen have strengthened against the dollar this year, the peso has hit a more than 10 years low and remains locked out of the party. Some analysts say that is because investors are spoken by simmering allegations that President Rodrigo Duterte was involved in unlawful killings and corruptions in his former post, which he denies. And that is all.
Thanks for your attention.
Goodbye.